covered a lot of it, but, say over the next like 6 months of things that I can do to kind of follow, in your footsteps and really, start to build this thing. I know you've covered a lot of the things, but even kind of bulleted things that I can just start putting into place and doing.
Yeah, I have it kind of mapped out, and the reason why is because I've been working the last 5 months of building this thing called the Butler Box. It's literally my agency in a box for people who are creative entrepreneurs and want to scale or level up their agency. It's everything that I've learned in a systematic way that covers all 5 areas of your agency that you need to be thinking of. And so what is the checklist? It's in this exact order. It's positioning, marketing, sales, strategy, and project management. So those are the 4 aspects of your agency you need to be thinking about. So brand positioning. So who are you trying to attract? And what is their felt need as it relates to what you do? And then is your brand positioned correctly for them? So from a design standpoint, but also from a messaging standpoint, your capabilities deck, your case studies, and your website. So you need to position your brand correctly before you go to marketing. So once you're positioned correctly, you're communicating the right message to the right audience, then you need to think about marketing. Okay, so when it comes to business, it's about supply and demand. Before you say, I'm going to supply this, is there a demand for whatever it is you do? Well, obviously for you, the answer is yes. So then the next question is, okay, well, who is demanding it? What is their felt need as it relates to your brand? And where is their attention? And so who's demanding it? That helps you determine your target audience, the types of businesses that you want to work with and brands that you want to work with. What is their felt need, not their actual need? You might know that they need brand strategy, but they think they just need a logo designer or something like that. So what is their felt need as it relates to your brand? That helps you determine your messaging. So who are they is your target market? What is their felt need is your message, and where is their attention? That will determine your marketing channels that you need to focus on. And so positioning first, then marketing, come up with a marketing strategy. I think we have a video on our YouTube channel called How to Market Your Business on a Shoestring Budget. So if you're just starting, you don't have a lot of money. So I would watch that and come up with a simple marketing strategy and test it out for 4 to 7 months. And then once you're positioned, then you start marketing. Now you got your foot in the door and you're meeting with a business. Well, what do you do with it now? What do you do with that first meeting? And that's where sales come in. So you have to really think about how you're going to sell your services. And the first call is more important than your proposals. The proposals are super important, but I try to create as few proposals as possible and only make them for those who have already agreed to what we've talked about verbally on the phone or in our first meeting. So the proposal is just a formalized version of what we've already agreed to on our first call. So you got to think about, how is that first call going to run? What are the questions you're going to ask? How are you going to position yourself correctly on the sales call? So positioning, marketing, sales, and then strategy. Okay, now that you've sold it, how are you going to conduct strategy? What is the framework that you're going to use, the exercises that you're going to run through? How are you going to facilitate that meeting to where they feel confident that whatever you present to them is not based off of your own subjective opinion, but it's based off of like really achieving the goals for the brand. It's really to get your opinion and their opinion out of the way. I know I've done a good job in a logo if the client doesn't like it, but they say it makes sense because the strategy says so. Like, that Orchard client that you have, if the CEO is like, that's not what I would have chosen, but because I understand the strategy behind it, it makes sense. Like, who cares what he likes? What if someone else likes it? I mean, it doesn't matter, right? So strategy is getting your own subjective opinions out of the way and focusing on what the goals actually are. And so how are you going to conduct strategy, but then also how are you going to present the results of that strategy? And then project management. So if you're a solopreneur, you're going to be doing most of the work yourself. If you're an agency model, you're going to be working with teams. And so how do you assign tasks and meet deadlines in a way that your clients are communicated with and the project is done seamlessly? So you have to think about all 5 of those aspects. And so that's, again, recap is brand positioning, marketing, sales, strategy, and project management. Once you have thought through all of those categories, thoughtfully, you have your own strategy, then you'll have a lot more confidence in being able to move the needle for your own brand. And that's really what the Butler Box covers.
Yeah, dude, that's amazing. I got my work cut out for me for sure, man. Honestly, I'm super encouraged that you've come from a similar place. It's definitely, yeah, it's inspiring to see what you've built and what's possible. It's great, man.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, the only difference is you're a lot more talented than I am. So yeah.
We will see. We will see.
Yeah, again, I'm not formally trained and having no design background, and so you're going into it with a lot of years of good experience, and so you have a lot more going for you. Is a much deeper curve for me to cross than I think it will be for you. So, yeah.